Hello, most dearest ones. So, this is Satara. So, we took a little break here. Just, going over the vibe and the things that are happening, you know, right now, and the energy that's being put out, the energy that people are believing is being put out too. And I just been, I don't know, lack of a better word, processing it. You know what I'm saying? So, in this process, it just, sometimes you can get baffled. Just baffled by the whole thing. But, you know, um, more and more what I'm working through or seeing um, is the fact that working on your frequency, your vibe is like that is the most important thing. That's more important than anything else that you think or that you view or just, and I don't even mean to be working on your vibe. I mean just being your vibe. Because if you're just your vibe, it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like something that you really need to do. Is it's just there. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't I mean, you don't need to do anything with it. It's just your vibe. It's just your frequency. Now, if you want to raise your vibe and you want to, level up your vibe, now you discuss with yourself, the universe, source, with God, whoever you call your higher power. Um, what you know, what am I? What am I sensing? What am I doing? Like, can you like honestly ask yourself what you're doing and just be okay with asking yourself what you're doing and um, not doubt what you're hearing. Just know that that's the correct thing to hear. Like, there's nothing else to hear but be your frequency or feel. Because that's the only other connection, or one of the few connections that you have with raising a frequency is humanly. It's what are the feelings. Um, on an infinite note, it's the spirit that has had that, that's in here right now. So, so I just been like visualizing that, sensing it, knowing it, becoming familiar with that, and I could truly say, like, it's it's different. It's a different process because before, I just like be your vibe. When you get to this point where you're like analyzing it and you're going and not just analyzing it but being that, ooh, buddy, you know you can get swept in by these emotions that are part of your your mainframe, your motherboard, so to speak. That it's just been coming to me like, you know, think about your your hard programming, or your which is your decisions and things that you believe and all that. Think about those things like a motherboard on a on a on a you know on a computer, on a laptop like the one in front of me. Like, ooh, man. Oh, there goes a butterfly. Thank you, butterfly. Um, Sometimes, man, that involves taking things out that you no longer need. Like it's a big deal because you have bought into this whole idea, or you bought so much into that you can't you can't be anything else, you can't see anything else, you don't want to vibe with anything else, because you really believing and knowing and feeling like this is it. Now let me tell you something, like when you do that, you there, right? And then happens something happens that makes you question it, in a sense of it's not what you need. It's not what you need anymore. You no longer need it. You no longer desire it either. You no longer want it to be there. So that is the craziest. It just leaves me speechless, because when you get into this vibe of being and just your frequency of who you are, and I'm not talking about who you are as far as clothes, car, blah 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 blah. No, I'm talking about within. Do you know within you are? Do you know where it's in there? Like, do you know there's some things that you actually don't need in there? Have you come to that realization there's some things that no longer give you that feeling? They no longer serve you. When you start feeling like that ain't giving me the right feeling, like that's not accurate. That's no longer me. Like, that's not me anymore. Like, I got to chunk it out. Like, I have to like do away with it. And if it's been in there for so long, it's like, what do I do next? What you do is take it out. What you do is it no longer serves you, so you can move into another space. And I don't mean move like physically move. I mean like within your being of who you are, you can learn how to just be in a different way. A way. What is a way? A path, a direction. What is different? No longer what you're used to, but something that's on the other side of that. I'm just saying. Like, can you understand that there's some things in your motherboard, in your frequency, that don't need to be there? And I get excited a little bit, like not a little bit, a lot of it. Excited thinking about it, because I've done it before. Like, I've taken things out, they don't need to be there. They no longer serve me a purpose. And once I started realizing that they no longer serve me a purpose, I was like, let me just chunk that. Pew. Let me chunk that. Let me not be that, because I don't want to be that anymore. I don't want that. I no longer desire those tricksters. I want to learn I want to see how to see through the tricks. I want to see through that. And not only do I want to see through it, I want to be able to see it, know it, and be like, no. Like, automatic response to it. Like, no, that no longer serves me. There's things for other people that's not for you. And I ain't talking about just people. I'm talking about beings. So if you think for 1 minute you just a human on the planet Earth, and you just going through your day, you just trying to do you, if you think for 1 second that it's just about being a human, boy, you can be in for some rude awakenings. You could be in for some real rude awakenings. You could be shook to your core about things that you believing to be true, to be your truth, and you taking on and adopted somebody else's truth. It's not your truth. Like, it's not for you. Like, and you and you and you and you still just be like, sometimes, you still just be like questioning it, like, dang, did I really know that wasn't for me? How did I get to that? How did I know that? How did I know that wasn't for me? How did I know that? Like, what made me know? What made me understand, what made me understand, and overstand? That's not me. That's not mine. And I ain't talking about the me that's just the me that's the human. See, this is some real analytical and sensing with your spirit and vibing with your frequency type of deal that I'm speaking of here. Because you notice when I'm saying about this understanding, understanding, and overstanding, I'm like, it's like be the fish. And being the fish, you gonna shoot rays out. You gonna get on. You gonna shoot some rays out. Your rays is gonna change. They gonna vibe different. They're gonna be a frequency different. And if you notice, there's an ice cream truck right here, and I'm just saying it's so random. You got to pull stuff out. You got to, and I say shoot out your rays. So look, on the ice cream truck in front of me, there's Yosemite Sam. And what was Yosemite Sam's main idea? He was a gun toting. He was shooting. And I just said shooting rays. Shoot out some rays. Your rays is shooting out on your frequency. So look, I'm just saying, pay attention to your confirmations and your signs. Now I could be wrong, Yosemite Sam. And another thing, this Yosemite Sam that's on the side of this ice cream truck got a big old yellow hat. You know what I'm saying? And I just noticed that my shirt is striped with yellows and whites, but more so the yellow, and I just said rays, shoot your rays out. What's the rays? Sun rays. The hat is yellow on Yosemite Sam. He's shooting the gun. He a gun-toting fiend who, he come along and just shoot it up. It's like, man, I don't, and to me, that's kind of like what I'm thinking about. Like, I'm able to shoot that out. I don't want that. I don't need it anymore. Can I shoot it out and go to and be the next level? Not just go to it, just be it. Can I make this whole being about being and less about, oh, I'm gonna do this, and more about just being what I keep desiring. Can I question myself enough to know that, am I on the right path? See, am I on the right path? Can I question enough to know that I'm confident in the path that I'm going to? Can I question that? Can I question that enough to know that I need to take this out? And be confident within that practice that I keep having with that, to conquer it, to not only conquer it, but to take it out because it's no longer needed, and remove it from my motherboard, from my mainframe. I know, it's like you no longer desire the old You desire the new ascension of who you are. You desire the new vibe, the new frequency of who you are. And you notice the song playing in the background on this little thing is the more we get together, the happier we'll be. It's that little nursery rhyme. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. The more you get together, because I'm talking about getting this together, and I'm talking about getting your mainframe together, getting your motherboard together, getting that thing together, and you're like, oh no, we don't need that no more. We finna do away with that. Like the more you get together, we being that, we being the new version, or coming upon another version of yourself, of thyself, of knowing thyself, and practicing the thyself part of understanding and overstanding this being. Can you see that you'll be happier? And I'd be the first to say right now that I can see stuff and I have visions and everything, but I deter from seeing certain things because I just be like, I don't need to see that, And this is one of the instances when it's happening where it's just like, man, even when I see stuff, it's like, man, oh my gosh, really? Did I just see that? Can I vibe with that? Is that vibeable for me? Are you vibeable? Are you being vibeable with your frequency? Are you vibeable? People ask if you're flexible, but have you been vibeable lately? Have you been on that frequency that you desire, that you ready for it, and you still like on the cuffs about moving to the next little section? Are you vibeable? Are you able to be confident in it? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes it may seem like it's challenging. It may seem like that. It's appearing to you to be that way. It's appearing. It's making a shape. It's appearing and it's making a form in front of you. It's appearing to be that way. But can you know that that certain parts of that you might not need it anymore. You might not need to know all of that what you think you thought maybe you don't need to know all of that anymore. And before I started this video, there was a bird out here that just kept coming and making sound. And I'm not just talking about a regular sound. The bird was he flew real fast. First things first, I noticed I was viewing what was happening. So everything I'm talking about is a view right now. A view to your vibe. Can you view your vibe? Are you vibeable? I saw that the bird, he flew real fast. I noted that, and I can tell you this, look, I didn't just look at him. I glanced. Because it wasn't about what I saw. It was more about the viewing, in that I sensed what was happening when he came. Look, I heard the feathers in the tree. And then heard the sound he made and knew that it was loud. It was very loud. Very, very loud. Because there's birds out around right now and they're not making that loud of a sound. This bird was very, very, very super loud. And he was squawking. And I don't mean just squawking like, squawk, squawk. No, he was like, squawk, squawk. So like in between his squawks, he paused. I'm telling you, like, look, you can't make this. I could try, but I don't think I can do as good a job as the natural things that happen around me. He was squawking, and he was squawking, and he squawked, and in between the squawks, he got quiet. He squawked and he get quiet. Now he did the first set of squawks. He did it like 3 times, and then at the end he did like a squawk roar, like a strong, like a string, like a strong vibing squawk at the end. And to me, that was just reminding me, like, okay, I'm noticing my vibe. I'm not noticing my vibe. I'm being the vibe. If I'm gonna be the vibe, first of all, I gotta know where it came from. I gotta know that the vibe was a little squawk, and then I pause. It was a squawk, and then I pause. Like, you gotta you don't got to, but if you prefer to see this vision, to see this part of what I'm talking about this bird squawking, like, it's kind of, I know it sounds weird. I know it doesn't sound gravy. But I'm just telling you, this is some gravy. It's vegetable gravy, because I don't eat meat gravy anymore. So it's some, you know what kind of gravy? It's a gravy vibe. And not only did he do this once, he did it 2 times specifically. It was like I heard him flew away at the end of that squawk, and then he came right back, like probably not even 30 seconds later, and he was doing the squawk, and he paused, and I heard the feathers rustling within when he first came in, and I heard the squawking and the pause, the squawk, silence, squawk, silence, and to me it was vibe, silence, vibe, silence, vibe, silence. So look, vibe, I view it. Vibe, I feel it. Vibe, I'm knowing it. Vibe, confidence. Confidence. So if I'm saying anything to you, is notice your vibe, and when you notice something, you can actually pause and look at it. You could take a 1 second, 2 second pause to view the vibe. It's a gravy vibe, because like gravy flows, goes over things. People love gravy. Some people love gravy, but like, it's a flowing thing that I'm really talking about. I'm not really talking about gravy per se. I'm really talking about that vibe that you got going on. It's a flowing. Do you know where you're flowing to? Do you know where you're flowing to? Imagine that. Imagine I just said, do you know where you're flowing to? Can you be much of a vibeable person, a being, more like a being? Can you be that and get confidence within that? Yes. I'm going to tell you yes. As I speak about this right now, there's birds all around. I told you, they're all around, and it's just like saying, pay attention to your frequency, or to your vibableness. By the end of this, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna come up with another word, because I already got a statement of, do you know where you flowing to? Do you know where you flowing to? Do you know where you're flowing to? Can you lay out enough of that frequency to where you could just be like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, and you're, with each time you vibe up, you level up. I'm not just talking about the human side. You're made of dust. You're a star. I'm just telling you right now, that's what it is. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards in the next video, actually. I think I'm going to, what I'm getting a sense is, I'm going to pull one card right now, And then I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to pull like some other cards in the other video, because somebody needs this information. So I'm going to give you the card that confirms everything that we've been talking about right now. I'm going to pull the one card that they're saying to do. And I mean they by your guides, your counsel, your ancestors. Know who you are. Know what I'm talking about here. Your higher power. Come on now. I'm going to cut these cards first. I'm not amazed by the ones that I picked, because I felt like I needed to pick these first. I'm not amazed by that one, okay? That I needed to pick these ones, because they got the yellow. You know, they just got the frequency that I need right now. That I'm needing to show forth. Put your good foot down. Go forward. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm going to burn some incense and stuff when I do the second reading. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this card. Well, actually, they're going to... I'm just going to say they're going to pull it. They're going to pull it for us. You know, I'm telling you, when I tell you that I can't make this stuff up, I can't. I just did the cards, and I know y'all can see the cards in my shades because it's right there in front of me. Look, you know, you could over obsess about things too. But look, the main thing is this is Lakshmi. You know, Lakshmi is a little Indian goddess. Okay. And in her palm, she has lotus flowers on this card. There are elephants, which are prosperity in this card, in this viewing. The card says, the card says bright future. Look. The card says bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. So look. If you can view your vibes and pause to where you don't have to worry or concentrate on things that you don't need, so you take the worry out. You take the worry out. Look. You take the worry out. You take out the things that you don't need out of your main frame, and you go forward. And you be the vibe, the frequency of your bright future. I'm just saying. Be the bright future, because I mentioned sun rays. I said that they rays, like they go out, they're shooting out. And then there was Yosemite Sam that shows up on the side of the ice cream truck with a big yellow hat on. Come on, y'all. Come on now. You gotta know that I'm telling you, what I'm saying to you is total truth, in the sense that how could I exactly know to come out here and be out here at the exact moment when I'm talking about rays shooting across my shirt, and I said rays are shooting out. Look, it came so simple, right in threes. I said rays on my shirt. I said what shoots out? Rays shoot out. And we talking about the sun here. And then here goes the little ice cream truck. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. So get yourself together on your vibe, on your frequency. And he running around with a big yellow hat on. Where they do that at? On this frequency. So, pure example of being a frequency and vibing with a frequency and being confident in that. And knowing it's a bright future. So, I know this has been a long one. But I had to say what I was supposed to say. The information they gave me. So look, hey, here's the card again. Bright future. The sun is bright. Sun shoot out rays. You shoot out frequency. The hat showed up with yellow sun. Still shooting rays, being bright. And you got a bright future card. Look. Be the vibe of the bright future. A viable, bright future. I told you it was gonna come to me. The next statement was come. Be a viable, bright future. A vibizzy future. A vibizzy future. Yes, it's a long video, but you know it ain't too long when you're trying to get people to understand that they need to know what their vibe is and know that they can go forward and they don't got to worry about all these things that they got to think they got to worry about, and that they need to take off of their motherboard and throw it out because it's done with it and incinerated. Use some fire and to get rid of it if you need to. I'm just telling you that within all certainty and all strength, I know what I'm saying. I know it's correct information. So when I tell you to hit me up for a session, I'm not telling you to hit me up for a session just for the money part. That's great. That's great. That's the first thing that comes. That's supposed to come. Hey, I'm giving a service and I ain't messing around. I'm being totally within the moment and knowing that is for me. Okay? And for you, if you need one. Okay? So, hook up a session. DM me on Facebook, Instagram, at Satara's Love. The information will be below. I have a Patreon's page. It has all right now. It has all meditative things on there. I also have an Etsy page. You can go on there and check it out. I'm gonna start doing also one questions. I'm gonna be offering one question readings. So I will be posting that at the bottom, and that little price of that little special price, I will be posting that as well. And you can set up one of those little special one question readings. You shoot out one question and we do the reading. That's just the way it goes. I email it whichever way you would like, pretty much at this point. And just, like, subscribe, or share this page. Like, hey, I'm vibing on a much, much better frequency, I must say. And just know I have strengthened that, and knowing that that's you can't just think that I just came along upon this and didn't get confidence in this on the readings and the information that I received. You must know that the confidence came with practice. So if you want to get better at vibing on a better frequency, you gotta practice at vibing on a better frequency. I'm not saying don't pretend that you don't feel a certain way. I'm saying know you feel that way, understand why, and be like, I'm over that already. And I tell you, the time will be less and less when you just be like dipping so low to where you just can't deal with it no more. Because it's not gonna be for you. So as I always say, have a most tremendous enjoyment of your sun, your moon, and the stars, because you are all three, and that's you. Like, subscribe, and share this page, and I will be doing another reading today. So I want you guys to enjoy this one and get your clues and your cues and your signs. Get your rays, your shooting rays, and go forth. Do your practice of get confident, overstand what's going on. There's a loud bird at the end here. I'm just telling you can't make this up. So, have a great one. See you.